All right, let's dive straight in. There's some pretty interesting news buzzing around Apple.
Yeah, definitely. We're looking at a TechCrunch piece today, which itself is digging into a Bloomberg report.
Right, about Apple potentially getting into the smart glasses game.
Exactly that. AI-powered smart glasses, specifically. So our mission here is basically to pull out the really important bits for you from these reports.
Okay, sounds good. So the big headline grabber, Apple's supposedly launching these by the end of 2026.
That's the timeline mentioned.
Hmm.
And yeah, it immediately makes you think competitor to Meta.
To the Ray-Ban Meta glasses, yeah. Which raises the question, can Apple actually, shake things up here?
Well, what's interesting is the core functionality they're talking about. You'd expect a camera, a microphone, obviously.
Standard stuff for smart glasses.
Right. But the key phrase from Bloomberg seems to be the AI capability to analyze what's going on around it.
Okay, hang on. Analyze. So it's not just recording video or taking pictures. It's understanding.
That's what it implies, yeah.
Hmm.
Some level of real-time environmental awareness built into the glasses.
Well, okay. And there's more, right? Siri integration.
Yes, that's mentioned too. Things like answering calls, maybe getting directions, all through Siri on the glasses.
Okay. That could genuinely change how you interact day to day. Less phone pulling, maybe.
Potentially. And it fits perfectly into this whole AI race narrative we're seeing everywhere.
Especially in wearables.
Exactly. And the report specifically mentions Tim Cook, Apple's CEO, being pretty determined to basically beat Meta in this market.
Beat Meta. So it's explicitly competitive. Not just exploring the space, but aiming to win it.
Seems that way. It signals, a real strategic push into this kind of spatial computing or augmented reality space.
And we shouldn't forget, Meta's already out there with the Ray-Ban Meta.
Right. And the TechCrunch piece points out they've reportedly sold millions of units already.
Millions.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not trivial. That's a real user base Apple would be targeting.
It is. It's a significant head start in terms of market presence, at least.
So how's Apple planning to tackle that? Is it just about the AI features?
Well, the AI is a big part, but there's also the technology underneath. The report brings up earlier Bloomberg info, too.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
About Apple developing new custom chips, silicon designed specifically for smart glasses.
Custom silicon. That's classic Apple, not just off-the-shelf parts.
Exactly. And potentially chips for new Macs and AI servers, too. It suggests a pretty deep investment, not just a side project.
Building the tech from the ground up, basically.
Yeah.
Optimized for power, for the AI processing on the device itself, presumably.
That would make sense, yes. It's often been their advantage, that tight hardware-software integration built on their own chips.
Okay, so it sounds serious. And the timeline, just to remind everyone listening, end of next year, 2026.
That's the reported target, yeah, by the end of next year.
It still feels kind of quick, doesn't it, for a whole new product category with custom chips and AI?
It does feel aggressive, which, brings us to the source.
Right. It's Bloomberg, reported via TechCrunch.
Yeah, and Bloomberg generally has a pretty good track record with Apple leaks and internal info, so there's some credibility there.
Okay, good point. It's not just random speculation.
Yeah, it seems well-sourced, even if launch dates can always slip, of course.
Sure, always caveats. Okay, so let's try and synthesize this. What have we pulled out from this deep dive?
Well, number one, Apple's reportedly planning AI smart glasses. Launch target, end of 2026.
Setting up a direct fight with Meta's Ray-Ban Meta.
Definitely. Feature-wise, we're expecting camera, mic, but crucially, AI that analyzes your surroundings.
Plus Siri integration for calls, directions, that kind of thing.
And underpinning it all is this likely investment in new custom Apple silicon.
Driven by, apparently, Tim Cook's desire to really compete hard in this specific market.
Precisely. That seems to be the core story from these reports.
Okay, so thinking beyond just this news, it leads to a bigger question for you listening.
Yeah, forget just calls and directions. If wearables get really good at understanding the world around you, what does that actually unlock?
Right. How might companies like Apple, Meta, or maybe someone else entirely innovate beyond these first steps?
What completely new things could this kind of technology enable in your life as it gets more sophisticated? Something to think about.